done by one, showing up. I tell people all the time, your consistency matters. When you start falling off and you become inconsistent, I know we all get busy, but that mentee is really looking for someone like they're peeking behind the curtains. Can I trust you? Do you see me? Do you value me? So that's the first.
Hi, Jordan, thank you for staying with me in the space. We just finished talking about leadership, mental health, period poverty, getting more involved, and learning about mentorship and starting that conversation. And so we're going to be digging deeper into mentorship and cultivating that space, as well as what does it look like as you grow as a mentor and the amount of people that you're serving also grows. So do you mind if we start with cultivating that space?
Yeah. So I think the first task in cultivating the space is you want to create the safe space. And that's done by one, showing up. I tell people all the time, your consistency matters. When you start falling off and you become inconsistent, I know we all get busy, but that mentee is really looking for someone like they're peeking behind the curtains. Can I trust you? Do you see me? Do you value me? So that's the first step in the cultivation process. And then when you're there, be present. I've had mentors where I've sat in meetings and they're like on their phone the whole time. And I'm like, are you even listening to me? Do you hear me? And so disconnecting from your other world and being very present in the moment to hear what they're saying. And then for me, I always come back with, okay, this is what we talked about at the end of the meeting, and this is what your take home is and what I need you to work on or think about. So when we come back together, I can really support you. And so then in the check-ins, I do the soft check-ins like, hey, I know this was a rough week for you. How did it go? I think those are important when you talk about cultivation, because now I'm trusted. Now you see me as someone that's like, oh, she's in this with me. She's not just saying it, like she's really here. She heard me and she's present. So to me, I know that's a lot of work, but that's cultivation.
No, I mean, that makes a ton of sense. And I think too, I feel like when I start my mentoring relationships through the internship, we call them mentoring minutes. So we have them once a week. But like our first one is always, I try to set that expectation of we're laying the foundation for the semester to come. What do you want to get out of it? What does it look like for you to be supported? Like, have you had support in the past, and what has been successful for you? What hasn't been? I love that you talk about the soft check-ins though, because mentoring can easily become a block on your calendar, and then it's the next month. Yeah. How are there recommendations you'd have? Because sometimes I struggle. I want to take notes when I'm connecting, but I also want to make sure I'm fully present. And so remembering this is going to be a rough week, I should check in with them. Do you have ideas for mentors on how they can do that?
So for me, what I do, I take those mental notes while we're talking. And then like once we leave and separate from each other, I put a quick calendar on my phone, like invite Wednesday, check in with such and such to see how they're doing. And it's like a 15-minute little slide. And sometimes, again, it's just a text message. Like, hey, I'm just checking in. I know the week was hard. How's it going so far? Or, did it get better? I would love some feedback. And sometimes they'll text me back like, can I call you really fast? And I'll go, yeah, sure. And so we'll have a quick 10-minute conversation. And again, they feel seen, they feel heard. That's my way of kind of like just keeping tabs and keeping track. Or the next meeting, I may say, okay, the week was a little different. How did it go? How did you feel? Let's talk through it. I always try to keep at least one thing that they said that is in my mental. So the next time we're together or if I need to check in, I can do that. And so I encourage people, when you're listening, find those spots. Find that spot of intentionality where you can say, okay, this is where I can support them best. Because we all know we're human. The laundry list of all the things they say to us, it's like, okay, I hear you, but where do I fit into that list? And so besides the conversation and the advice I'm giving, there might be a spot right here where I can check in with you, whether it's leadership development, or maybe it's something as simple as I had a woman where she was starting a business and writing a book and getting her doctoral degree at the same time.
Holy cow.
And so I said, okay, my place right now is keeping her on track.
Wait, I'm so sorry. I'm going to stop this. Just because of my day, I'm going to assume it's mine.
Is it yours or is it mine?
It is mine.
Oh, okay.
And I have it on Do Not Disturb. I don't know why that seems so loud.
Okay. Good.
doctoral book, starting a business.
And so she was doing those laundry list of things. And so my place was, okay, I have to keep her on task. Prioritize what's important. The first thing is dissertation because you have to graduate. So let's focus our effort there. So throughout the week, I would text her and say, hey, how's your dissertation going? And so that became her place for me, that she was just like, you don't understand. I wouldn't have graduated if it wasn't for you checking in on me just about that small piece. So being intentional, like just listening and really diving in and saying, you know what, it's this part right here for me. I don't have to handle all the things because you have to carry it, but I can support you where I can and where it makes the most sense at.
I appreciate how easy you make it. Not easy, but it's very like, it could be a calendar invite. 15 minutes. I'm sending a text. The more you know, I feel like the more things feel less hard and complicated because you get to hear how other people are managing things. So that's fantastic. And then also how pointed you are. I'm gonna lock in and support her on this dissertation because she's gotta walk that stage.
Exactly.
And so that's what you follow up on. I love that because it can be, this is a hard week. How are you doing? I'm here for you. Or it can be, you have this goal, so I'm gonna keep checking in.